Okay, good morning, friends. Welcome to this session. Mm, yeah, Vaibhav, good morning. Okay, fine. Let us start our class, guys. This is just a workshop session. It is just an introduction session for like Windows Server administration and network administration. Okay. So today we will be discussing like what exactly is Windows Server admin and network server admin, and what we can do once we do our Windows admin and network admin, what opportunities we have, what job opportunities we have, what path we can choose, what career path we can select. All these things we will discuss today. Okay, now I'll just try to show you one network here, a computer network. This computer network has most of the devices that we use normally in companies. So what is a computer network here, friends? Computer network is a collection of devices. Okay, and collection and connection of devices. Actually, computer network is a connection of devices. Like the devices we use in a computer network are routers. Here we can see, okay, there is a router here. Fine, there is a switch here, there is a server here. Okay, we have some computers here, there is a firewall here. Okay, we have the internet connection coming into our network. So there are many devices we have in a company. We have many devices in a computer network. Now, what we need to understand today here is how to make these connections and what exactly these devices are used for. Like, there is a server. What is the use of a server? There is a switch. What is the use of a switch? Router, firewall. We know what is the use of computer very well because we are using computers for many years now. The personal computers that we use, the same computers will be used in companies also. But we are not aware of the other devices. Most of you are not aware of what is a server or what is a switch or what is a router. Okay, maybe you have some basic knowledge, you have done something, you have seen some YouTube videos, or maybe you have gone through some documents here and there, so you have some basic idea. Okay, but let us see some technical things today, what exactly these devices will do. Okay, so before we start anything, before we go deep into the network, a very simple question to everyone here. And the question is, why exactly a computer network is needed, or what is the use of a computer network? Computer network is connection of devices like server, router, switch, computers. All these are connected with each other. So what is the reason for connecting them? Okay, I got an answer here, like for communication. What exactly communication means? Communication means, sharing data, sharing information. That is what you are referring to communication means. Okay, sharing data. I got an answer again in chat box. Krishna says like it is sharing data. Okay, fine. Sharing data is one of the main reason for making a computer network. That is what you says. Okay, I'll give one simple scenario here. Let us make a computer network here. Let us take some computers. Imagine this is one computer here and there is one more computer here. Okay, so just I'll color this computer so that it looks easy. So this is your red computer, and suppose imagine there is one more computer here, and suppose this is a green computer. So fine, we have two computers here. One is a red computer and one is a green computer. Now imagine in this green computer, there is some data. Now when you see these two computers here, we can see clearly the computers are not connected with each other. Okay, the computers are not connected with each other. So if the computers are not connected with each other, is it possible to copy the data from green computer to the red computer? Is it possible to copy the data from this computer to the red computer? I got an answer here like no. But if I say that is possible, if I say we can copy the data from the green computer to the red computer without a computer network. Okay, I can say like you have done this in your life actually sometime, maybe today, maybe yesterday, maybe like 1 month before, whenever you have done this before. Exactly, using external drive. I got an answer in chat box. Someone says using external drive, pen drive, flash drives, external hard disk. I can copy the data in external hard disk. I can go to this computer again, I can copy back in this computer, I can paste it. That is possible, right? I can copy from green computer, I can paste in red computer by using an external device, external component. Maybe it is a pen drive or a external hard drive or whatever, a CD drive, DVD, whatever. That is possible. Okay, fine. If sharing of data is possible by using a pen drive, then what is the need to connect all the devices together? What is the use of connecting all the devices together? See, making a network is not so easy. Not so easy means we need to purchase switches, we need to purchase cables, means the company will purchase everything. So company have to spend more money. So if you can copy data from this server and you can copy the data into this laptop by using a pen drive will come in like 500 rupees anyway, or maybe 1000 rupees. So if you can copy the data in a pen drive from server and paste into the computer, what is the reason? Okay, this is a static way. Okay, again, a very technical answer I'm getting here. Static way means what we do here, we copy the data in a pen drive and we go to this computer and we copy the data back into this computer. That means we should carry the data in an external drive. The actual answer I got now, the actual answer is it will take time. Now, you're copying data from green computer to like red computer, so then it is okay. We can copy data. Like what we do, we just take our pen drive to one of our friends computer or laptop and we say, can you please copy this movie, or can you please copy this document, or whatever. You copy that movie or a document in the pen drive, then you bring the pen drive to our computer and you connect the pen drive, you start using that particular document. Okay, that is fine between like two computers or three computers. But what if in your computer network, if there are totally like say 700 computers? There are totally 700 computers now. Now tell me friends, is it easy for you to take data to 700 computers? No, it is very difficult. And suppose imagine the size of the data is like suppose in GBs. It is not possible for us to go to every computer every time to copy data. So what we do now, we make a setup. We make a computer network here. What is the setup? It is a computer network. And what we do in this computer network, we connect all the devices together with a cable or maybe a wireless technology, whatever. We connect all the devices together. After connecting all the devices together, what we do, we can sit on a computer number 1 and we can access data from computer number 30. We can sit on computer number 20 and we can access data from computer number 700. We can sit on machine number 500 and we can access data from machine number 3000. That means there can be any number of devices here. If they are in, okay, there is a question here, like if both are in different places, it was not possible. Okay, if you're referring to this network, actually, if you're referring to like the green computer and the red computer scenario, imagine green computer is in India and red computer is somewhere in Australia. So if one computer is in India and one computer is in Australia, is it possible to share data using a pen drive? My answer will be yes. Still it is possible. Okay, it may take maybe 3 days, 5 days or 10 days to reach the data Australia, to send the data to Australia in a pen drive. It may take some time, but still that is possible. Still that is possible. Okay, now coming to our scenario, what we said here is if there are 700 computers in our company and you are sitting on machine number 3 and you can access data from machine number 3000, that means there is no restriction here. There can be any number of devices, there can be tens or hundreds and thousands of computers here. Still you can access data from any computer by sitting on your computer. So if there is a computer network, this option is possible. You can access data from any machine. But now let us make some technical changes in our definition. What we said, we can access data from any computer. But actually in reality, once you go to a company, the data will not be there in these computers. There is no data here, there is no data here, there is no data. These computers are used by users. Users means a accounts person, a programmer, a finance person, a multimedia person, a manager, HR manager, whoever. These computers are used by these people just to connect to the server and to access data from the server. So our data is actually there in a server. Data will not be there in computers. In this example, the green and the red color machine, the data is there in the computer. Okay, the data is there in the computer. So the green administrator will manage the data here. And suppose there is some more data in this red computer. So who will manage this data in red computer now? The red color administrator, the person who is sitting on the red color machine, he will manage that particular data. Okay, so it is very difficult here to manage data because data is there on every machine, and every user can manage their own data. But coming to the network here, friends, there is a server here. Okay, there is a server, and in this server the data is there. And so if any user is coming to this server, like suppose we have some people here, I'll just try to use your names here, friends. For example, on this computer there is a user with the name Patel. There is a person here with the name Patel. On this computer there is a person here with the name Krishna. Okay, and here there is a person with the name Nishant. I'm just using one of your name actually. And here there is a person with the name Kasi Kumar, so I hope I can go with the name Kumar. So we have this many people here, so we have all these people are sitting on their computers here actually. Okay, so Kumar, Krishna, Patel and Nishant, these people will connect to server and they will access data from server. So this is actually a computer network. This is actually a computer network. So what is the advantage of a computer network? In computer network, we are sharing data in much more easier way and much faster way. If there is no computer network, still Nishant, Patel, Krishna and Kumar can access the data, but they should go to the destination computer to copy the data so that they can bring back the data to their machine. That is the disadvantage we have. So if there are more computers, it is very, very difficult for us to copy data in each and every machine by using a pen drive. But if there is a computer network, friends, we can simply use the network. We can sit on our machine and we can access the data from some other computer easily. But again, in this scenario, the some other computer we are referring to is a server. All these people will have data in server, so they have to connect to server to get the data. This is the main purpose of a computer network. Okay. In this example, we can see there is a green color machine and there is a red color machine. Now, suppose imagine there is a printer here. And just for example, imagine this star is a printer. This is a printer. Now tell me, green color computer and red color computer, can they take a printout? Of course, they can take a printout. But you know what they have to do? Green computer should connect the cable to the printer so that they can take printout. So when red color computer is taking a printout, remove this cable and connect the cable to the red color machine. So now red color people can take the printout. So whenever red color person is taking the printout, the cable should be connected here. Whenever green color person is taking the printout, the cable should be connected to the printout using from the green color machine. Fine. But if there is a computer network, again we can see the computer network clearly here. If there is a computer network here, friends, what we can do? We can simply connect all the computers to this printer. See, we can say printer is connected to all the devices here. Okay, so connect your printer to each and every device. Okay, Nishant can take printout from his device, Patel, Krishna, Kumar, each and every user, they can sit on their machine and from their machine, they can take a printout. From their machines, they can take a printout easily. No need to like connect the cable again. The cable is already connected to the network. Say printer is already connected to the network here. The printer is connected to the network. Patel computer is connected to network. Kumar computer, Nishant computer and Krishna computer. All these people computers are connected to the network. So Nishant can take printout from his computer. Okay. Krishna can take the printout from his computer. So like this, all the users will connect the computers with each other. All the users will take the printout from their computers actually. Come again. All the users will take printout from their computers. Sitting on their computer, they can take the printout. This is another advantage of a computer network. We can not only share our data, we can also share our hardware. So in a company, if there are 700 people working, there can be like only 10 printers. That is more than enough. 70 people can access one printer. Every day we are not taking printout, and whenever we are taking printout, we are not taking printout in like hundreds of pages, right? So 2 3 pages, 5 pages, 10 pages. So 70 people can access one printer and they can take printout. So instead of taking 700 computers, we have taken only 70. We have taken only 10 printers. Fine. This is another advantage of a computer network. We can not only share the data, we can as well as share our hardware. Now, one more thing, you know, because of this COVID, for last 12 months, 15 months, Most of the people are asking their employees to work from home. That means a person is sitting in his or her home and they will be connected to the company's server and they are working there. So how that is possible? Company is there, suppose somewhere in high-tech city. If you know something about Hyderabad city, if you are from Hyderabad, you know there is a high-tech city. Okay, so company is there in high-tech city and a person is sitting somewhere in Secunderabad. The distance between high-tech city and Secunderabad is approximately 25 kilometers. Okay, so how the person sitting in his house in Secunderabad is connected to the server which is there in high-tech city? This connection is possible because you know there is a network between high-tech city and Secunderabad. There is a network. Just now I got a question here like 10 minutes before. The question was, what if the devices are there in different location? Like suppose this computer network is in India and there is a computer network somewhere in Australia. So can we share data between India and Australia? Answer is we can share data between India and Australia without any issue because India network and Australia network, they are connected with each other. India network and Australia network, they are connected with each other. So we can easily share data between India and Australia network. Imagine this Patel user is sitting in the India branch and Patel user is connected to the Australia server and he is accessing data. He can easily access. Okay. So whether it is a network which is there within our building, within our room, or whether the network is spread all over the city, or whether the network is there within a country or outside the country, wherever it is located, we can simply share our data with each and every user in whichever location he is sitting. Okay. I can see one more person joined here. His name is Saeed Alam. So welcome to the session, Saeed. We just started the session like 10 minutes before, actually 10-15 minutes before. So we are still discussing some basic things here. So you just try to continue with this session. In case if you have any doubts, you can clear your doubts. You can ask a question at any time. But as of now, we are still into very basics. Okay. So I'll just repeat what we have done till now in very briefly. What we have said till now is there are two devices. These two devices cannot communicate with each other if there is no computer network. Okay, these two devices cannot share data with each other if there is no computer network. But if you want to copy data from one machine to another machine, we can copy data by using a pen drive. That is one scenario. Okay, this scenario is more than possible. But if there are many computers available, we cannot copy the data from one machine to another machine by using a pen drive. Okay, then we said like, okay, if there are many devices available, it is better you just connect all the devices. You just make a computer network. So once you make a computer network, devices can communicate with each other easily. You can sit on machine number 1, you can access data from server. Someone can sit on machine number 30, he can access the data from server. So now the communication will be much more easier, much more faster if there is a computer network. This is the whole concept, this is the whole logic we have discussed in last 15 minutes. So computer network has many more advantages compared to without a network. So without a network is like within like 2-3 machines, but if there are 5 or more than 5 machines, it will be always better if you make a computer network so that they can share data with each other. Okay, now one simple question, a very easy question. Imagine there is a data here in this server, and suppose the data name is suppose some data1 folder is there, and suppose in this data1 folder I am creating 2 files here, like say Virat Kohli. I'm writing like 150, hopefully he'll score 150 today. And I'm saying Ajinkya Rahane, like suppose I'll write 120, so hopefully he'll score 120. I'm just predicting some score today. Okay, so Virat Kohli 150.doc here, document Ajinkya Rahane .doc. So these are the two documents we have in data1 folder. Okay, I'll name data1 folder to like cricket world test championship. Okay, I'm just giving some name here, a random name. Okay, okay, there is a question here like how data is in server, means is it a database server? Good question. Actually, it is a file server. The server that you see on your screen right now, it is a file server. So in file server, we have all the data. In some cases, users will put some data in file server. In some cases, you know, the administrator will copy some documents. So whatever the data is already there in the server in our scenario, and that data folder is CWTC, and there are two files there. We can see the files clearly. Okay, so this is a file server. Okay, I'll name this server here as. Every company has multiple file servers. So all the data will be saved in the file server. Normally people call file server database server. There are some technical differences between file server and database server, but as of now I can say it is a file server then. Now my question to you is, we can see clearly there is a data in the file server. There is a folder with the name Cricket World Test Championship, Virat Kohli 150, Ajinkya Rahane 120. There are some files there. Now, Nishant is sitting on one computer, Patel, Krishna, Kumar, all these people are sitting on their computers. So can you please tell me, these users, can they access the data from the file server? They are already connected physically, right? We can see clearly each and every user is connected to the server. So if the users are connected to server, can they access data from file server or not? Okay, I got an answer here like maybe not. Why you're saying maybe not? Because they are already connected, you can see, but still you're saying maybe not. Why you're saying maybe not here? Okay, again there is an answer here, like someone says we need permission, we need password. Actually, he said we need password to access data. Okay, actual terminology we should use is, instead of password we can say we need permission to access data. Now see, just try to listen carefully. There is a setup here, there is a server, and there are many computers connected to this server. Okay, and many people are sitting on their computers, so they will be connected to server for sure. But the question here is, can they access the data from the server? Now CWTC is one of the folder here. So like this, there are many more folders in a server, there are many more files in a server. There can be hundreds of folders and thousands of files easily in a server, right? So in server there is a folder, but on that particular server a administrator is working there. Now you're the administrator of that company, you're working on that particular server. So what you do on this server here is you give some permissions. Listen carefully please. On this particular folder you give some permission, like suppose the permissions we can set here are, we can say read permission and read or write permission. These are the two permissions we can configure, read permissions, and we can say read and write permissions. If you're not allowing a user to access a server, if you're not allowing a user to access the data inside that server, a user cannot access data. The server will allow the permission, the server will allow the user to access data if there is a permission. So who should give the permission? Administrator should give the permission. And where administrator will give the permission? Administrator will give the permission in this server. If there is a permission for user, user can access the data. If there is no permission for user, user cannot access the data. That's it. This is the way computer network works. For example, for Nishant user, we said read permission. We said, okay, Nishant can access the server, Nishant can access CWTC folder, and Nishant can only read the data. Nishant can read only Virat Kohli file or Ajinkya Rahane file. But Nishant cannot open the file. Nishant cannot edit the file. He can open, he can read, but Nishant cannot modify, Nishant cannot edit, Nishant cannot delete. Now suppose for Patel user, we said Patel can read as well as he can write. So Patel user is connected to the server. Patel user can access the file. Patel user can read, he can write, he can delete, he can modify, he can do all the things. Now for Krishna, we will say, okay, Krishna can read and write, but Krishna can read only Virat Kohli file. What we have given, Krishna can access the server, Krishna can open the folder, but Krishna can access which file? Krishna can access only Virat Kohli file. And coming to Kumar here, friends, Kumar also having read and write permission, but Kumar can access only Ajinkya Rahane. He cannot access any other file. So see how many permissions we have set here now.
I have one question. If we are one router and one Wi-Fi connected, many laptops like 10 laptops and 10 computers connected with one Wi-Fi, so we
Okay.
can do this process using that. We can do
Wi-Fi
also
means
one Wi-Fi, otherwise one router. Okay, one
okay.
router or internet connection is same 5 laptops. Okay. So at that times we can share, we can make a server and we can share that all 5 routers our data. That is that
Exactly,
situation. This situation
exactly. We can do that also.
we are doing. Yes, we are doing in our company for this reason.
You're already working in a company, so that is what you do in your company. Yes,
Our-
there is a file.
my father coming because I am from
Acha.
Gujarat, sir.
Okay, okay. I can see the Patel there. Anyhow, so yeah, that is possible. So your father has a company. So in your father's company, there are like 10-15 computers. The 10-15 computers are communicating with each other by using a Wi-Fi router. So again, that is a network. A network can be a physical network or a wireless network. So yes, that
But
is
sir,
possible.
but we are creating a server and we are connecting with each other server. We are located in another place. So what is the use of that sharing the data?
Okay, you're saying the question what I understood here is you are saying like you have a network and you are connecting data with some other server in some other network, right? Some other
Yes, yes,
location.
yes,
See,
yes.
every company has some branches. Like, if you go with a bank like ICICI Bank, how many branches will be there in Gujarat, Telangana, UP, Kashmir, Kerala? There are many branches in India, right? So will they share data with each other? Of course, they will share. I'll give one simple example. Suppose you are in Gujarat. From Gujarat, suppose you deposit some money in my account. Just an example, you deposit some money in my account. Can I withdraw that money from Hyderabad? Of course, I can withdraw.
Yeah, yes, yes, yes.
That means
Right,
they
right.
should be connected, right? So, see, connection means making connection between devices means the main purpose is sharing data.
Sir,
Maybe
we
like,
can capture any. We can know all the data about one PC. It is located in Hyderabad from Gujarat. It is possible use of this server.
come again, please. You are saying there is a data in Hyderabad computers. So,
Yes, and I am interested to look that data from Gujarat. Okay.
okay.
Yeah, so it is use of server. We can do that work, like know that whole laptop and computer data. We can capture in our laptop
Yeah.
like that.
Can you see I have written something on the screen there? Can you see I have written there?
Yes, yes, right.
That is possible. See, there is nothing like impossible in a computer network. Everything is possible. So that is possible by
Sir,
using this.
use of server, we can use hack any. We can do any laptop data like company employee and company customers data. We can get hack like hacking.
Yeah, we can get all the data from all the users computers.
Sir, permission without permission, if we are interested to do that, it is possible or
That
not?
that is possible. That is the reason I said hacking, right? Without
Part of this
permission,
course.
no, hacking is not part of this course. The administration is part of this course. If you want to access the data which is there in some other computer without taking permission from them, that comes under hacking. So we are not learning hacking here, right? We are learning the administration. Hacking is a different
Right.
thing. Administration is a different thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Otherwise, I am interested in that.
Okay. If you're okay, fine. If you're interested in hacking, actually normally people feel like hacking is illegal. Actually, hacking is illegal as well as legal. So maybe right now we are not in a position to discuss much about hacking. I'll discuss about hacking after like couple of days. But hacking, you can learn hacking, but to learn hacking, you know what you should do first? First, you should learn these courses. MCSE, CCNA, Linux. After learning these three courses, then you can go with ethical hacking. After learning MCSE, CCNA, Linux, you can go with ethical hacking.
Knowledge required for do that.
Exactly. These are the three courses required to learn hacking. Simply, you cannot learn hacking from the as a first course. That is not possible. You should have more knowledge before you go for hacking. You should have the servers, routers, switches, all this knowledge, the network knowledge and the administration knowledge. Then you can go for the hacking.
But sir, use of this MCSC and CCNA, I don't know about this course, but I know this is related to server for this is and I'm joining. We can
This
if
demo
I'm
is
interested to making my own server, if I'm interested to making my own server, you learning this week, I can make that my own server like GoDaddy is providing space to hosting
exactly,
or
exactly,
website like that.
exactly. That is possible. Now, this session is only for that actually. What is MCC? What is CCNA? We came here only to discuss that today. Okay, so within like 10-15 minutes, I will go there like what is MCSE, what is CCNA, all those things. This session is
And
just to
sir,
know what is.
in our
Yeah,
server
but
we can improve our security like that. We will, after making the server, we can improve my security like GoDaddy provide security, AWS provide security like that.
yes, yes, we'll provide everything. I'll discuss everything with you today. So just give me 10 minutes. I'll discuss everything.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. So let us come back to the scenario, friends. We have configured a security here. Okay. So what security we have configured? We are sharing the folder C cricket world test championship, and we have some files. And see, we have given permission to Nishant Patel, and we have given permission to all these people here, right? So what I'm saying here is, in a computer network, friends, listen carefully. In a computer network, we have servers and computers and routers and switches. So normally people feel if there is a data in server, a user can simply connect to the server, he can access. The answer is no. A user cannot connect to the server, he cannot access the data. Whatever permissions you are setting here, whatever permissions you are setting on this folder and files, according to your permissions, users will access the data. I repeat, whatever permissions you are setting on that folder or a file, according to those permissions, a user can access the data. This is what you should learn. I'm saying a very, very important point here. I'm just try to listen carefully. Whether it is a server, a router, a switch, a computer, or whatever device we have in a network, a device will not work by itself. A device will not work on its own. A device will not work automatically. The devices will work according to our configuration. A devices will work according to the configuration of administrator. So administrator should know how to configure these devices, how to do administration there. So don't feel like server is working automatically, router is working automatically. If I go to this Google, this is Google. Can you see here today it is showing like Father's Day. Today is the Father's Day. So it is showing Father's Day. But tomorrow will it show the same Father's Day here? No. Yesterday was it showing the Father's Day here? No. Today it is showing Father's Day, right? Because today is a Father's Day. That means there is someone in Google, there is some administrator in Google who has made this change here. Maybe whenever Mother's Day comes, it will show like Mother's Day. Whenever there is a Brother's Day, Brother's Day. Whenever there is a festival, it will show something. That means there is someone who is making changes. So just try to understand in a simple way. I am saying this server will be there in a company, or servers will be there in a company, but the servers will not work by themselves. There should be one person in a company who should install the server, configure the server, and manage the server. There should be one person in a company who should install the server, configure the server, and manage the server. And in the same way, someone should be there for a router, someone should be there for a switch, someone should be there for a firewall and computers and all those things. A computer network will not establish automatically. A computer network will not connect with each other automatically. The devices will not work automatically. Everything we need to configure. And what this V means? V means actually the administrators. Now, I'll come back to the Patel question. If you do MCSE, friends, in MCSE, you're learning how to configure a server. Okay, I'll just write here MCSE is your Windows Server Administration course. Here we are learning how to configure server, or I can say like install, configure, and do administration of server. This is your MCSE course. And when you go to CCNA, CCNA stands for Cisco. Okay, this is a network administration course. Network admin. Here you are learning how to make a network, connect all devices. There is something called IP address, there is something called router, and there is something called switch. This is what you are learning in CCNA. So MCSE, we are learning about server administration. CCNA, we are learning about network administration. So MCSE, we are configuring servers. Different types of servers will be there, like DNS server, DHCP, ADDS server, backup server, file server. All these servers will be there. And in CCNA, we should know the configuration of router and switch. Okay. So once you do these two courses, friends, MCSE and CCNA, then you are eligible to get a job in any company on the face of the earth. I repeat, you are eligible to get a job in any company on the face of the earth where there is a computer network. Okay, now like Patel says, he is interested in ethical hacking and he is interested in some other work. So ethical hacking, or whatever you do, whatever you are planning to do, ethical hacking, cloud computing, security, VMware, Linux administration, whatever you do in future, whatever technologies, whatever courses you are learning in future, the basic knowledge you get is in MCSE and CCNA. Without the knowledge of servers and routers and switches and IP addressing, it is not possible for you to learn any other course. So if someone is interested in cloud computing, if someone is interested in ethical hacking, if someone is interested in security, or someone is interested in VMware virtualization, he should first learn Windows Server Administration and network administration. Then he can go with the higher courses. This is the bottom line. First, you should know the administration, server administration and network administration. Then you can learn all the other courses. Okay, now once you do Windows administration and network administration, first of all, you are more than ready to get a job in any company, to work in any company, whatever the size of the company may be. Maybe 50 computers are there in a company, or maybe 20,000 computers are there in a company. You can work in any company. Okay, so this is the thing I need to say you. This is the thing we were supposed to discuss today. There are two things. One is computer networks are very much useful. You know, internet is a computer network actually. We are connected to each other now. We are having this session now because of the internet. Internet is a computer network. But again, computer network is used for sharing information. Like we are sharing some information here, we are talking, we are chatting, whatever we are doing, it is a session here, it is a classroom session. So this is because of the computer network. So computer network should be established, computer network should be created, devices should be connected with each other. This is one part of computer network. But once you connect the devices, you know, automatically devices will not work with each other. Devices should be configured. According to configuration, devices will work. See, is it possible, like if I open a browser here, automatically google.com will open, and automatically google.com is searching like CR7, for example. Will it come automatically there? No, we need to enter something, right? There is a process. For everything, there is a process. So for servers, there is a process. For routers, there is a process. For switches, there is a process. These are the three devices. You should know how to use them, how to configure them. Okay, so this is your Windows Server Administration and network administration. Without learning Windows administration and network administration, it is not possible for you to go and learn some other courses. Like again, I'll repeat, people are more interested in ethical hacking, securities, cloud computing, and VMware. Once you go to cloud computing, they will say like, okay, there is a server. Once you go to cloud computing, they will select there is a router, there is a IP address, there is a DNS server, there is a DHCP server, there is a web server, there is an email server. So how you know what are these servers, what is the IP, how to configure them? You learn everything in MCSE and CCNA. Then once you go to cloud computing, you know, okay, the person is talking about a web server, so this is a web server. The person is talking about 192.168.1.35/24, some number. So that number you learn in CCNA, so you know like, okay, this is what he is talking about. I have seen many people came to me, many people met me personally, many people spoke to me over the mobile phone, and they said like, okay, we are learning so and so technology, but we are feeling very difficulty. We are not able to understand many concepts. My one question to every person was, have you done Windows Server Administration and CCNA? So they said like, no. Because they have not done these two courses, they could not understand any other thing. If you go and start learning ethical hacking today, you know, ethical, like in cricketing terminology, we say bouncer. Bouncer means something which is going above your head. Yeah, so if you learn some other courses without learning MCSE and CCNA, all the other courses will be like a bouncer for us. It will simply go out of the head. Nothing will come inside the head. Nothing will come on your bat actually, right? It will always go out of the head. Okay, so after learning these two courses, you are eligible to learn any other course. After learning these two courses, you are eligible to get a job in any company. This is the importance of your Windows Server Administration and network administration. Okay, friends. So I'll repeat again. There is a network here. Devices are connected with each other, but there is someone who has made this connection. There is a network administrator. The server is configured there with some permission, but automatically it is not configured. There is someone who configured the server. There is a server administrator. Router is there. Router is sharing the internet connection with all. but router will not share internet connection automatically. There should be someone who should configure the router. So there is a network administrator. So computers, routers, switches, servers, each and everything is there in a company, and each and everything you should configure. So once you finish your MCAC and CCNA, you will be in a position to configure servers, computers, switches, and routers. Firewall is actually a security concept. It is a different concept. But if I say you're not learning about security in MCAC and CCNA, I'm completely wrong. You know, in MCAC, there will be like 6 to 7 classes where we are learning about security. But this security is related to server. By using server also, we can provide security. In CCNA, there will be like 4 to 5 classes where we are learning about security. But this security is related to router security and switch security. This is some other way of providing security. Okay, firewall is altogether a different device where, you know, we provide security in much more better way. It's a different course, different technology, altogether it is different. But in MCAC and CCNA, there will be like more than 10 classes where you are learning about security. So just don't feel like firewall itself is a security, or ethical hacking itself is something is related to security. No, in computer also we need to provide security. You provide password in a computer, there is security. You provide password in your mobile phone, there is a security. There is a pin for your ATM and debit card, there is a security. When you go outside your room or house, you put a lock there, there is a security. There is a CCTV camera near your house, there is a security. So there are many types of securities. There are many ways we can provide security. So server and router and switch also, there is a way of providing security that we will see, that we will discuss in your coming class, that you discuss in your course, MCSE and CCNA course. So I hope you understood. So I'll just take a break here for 30 seconds. Just try to analyze whatever we have discussed in last 40 minutes. And in case if you have any doubts, any questions, then hopefully we can clear everything. So take your time, please, and just try to analyze our Windows Server Administration and Network Server Administration. So before I stop, I'll just repeat again. Servers, routers, and switches, these are the machines which we see in every company, and these machines are not configured by default. There should be someone in a company who should do the installation, configuration, and administration, and that is what we do as the administrators. Okay, so now take your time and let us see what we can do.
Can you give the overview of this course, which is topic, and what is the use of this? Only making the server this course is using.
Yeah, it is not like making a server, it is not like configuring a server. Configuring a server is a very big thing. Within a server, there are, you know, maybe there are 20 different things we configure. It's not like we are only configuring a server only for one purpose. No, there are many purposes of a server. I'll
But
do one
sir,
thing.
yeah, after making the server is the physical part, not practical. In we can do not the practical because it is the hardware thing. So you will show how to make the practical.
There is a question. Server is a hardware, server is a software. We are not discussing anything about server hardware. Maybe we will discuss about server hardware only in one class. Remaining all 35 days, we are discussing about server software. That is a very good question, Patel. Normally, people feel server is a hardware machine. No, listen, please. Server is a hardware machine as well as it is a software machine. Actually, I have just power on a server here. What you see on your screen is a server. Question is a very good question, but I'll just try to answer this question in a very simple and easy way. Because if I go a bit deep, it is very difficult for most of us to understand. So I repeat again, server is a physical machine and server is a operating system. So from now, whenever you're talking about a server, you're talking about a server operating system. You're not talking about server physical machine now. Okay.
Sir, how
So
to make a physically, how to make a server use of the components you will not do, you will not teach in this course.
see, we are not making servers, man. Who will make servers? You know this company Dell. This
We can
company will
make
make server.
but we can make a equipment from there. We can make our own like that. We can't do not. We can't not.
No. How can we do that, bro? Can you make your own mobile phone? That's not possible, right? So this is a server actually. What
Sir,
you see, this
after
is a
taking the
physical
server, we can use for ourselves like that. We can provide the space on our server like that.
Exactly. That is what I am saying. This server we need to purchase from Dell, HP, Sony, IBM. I hope you know these companies, right? Everyone know these companies. So actually, someone is using maybe a Dell laptop here. Someone is using maybe a HP laptop here, or maybe a Toshiba laptop, or maybe a Lenovo laptop. Say Lenovo is a company that manufacture your laptops as well as your servers. So we are not making a server. We are not making a server for ourselves. We are not making a server in our home or in our company. We need to purchase a server. Anyone here who has made a mobile phone in his home? Anyone here who has made a computer in his home? No. We just
Yes,
go to
China,
market
in
and
China, sir. In China, many people are making like
ah, they are making, bro, but that is a business they are doing, right? They are making it. They are not using for themselves. They are selling.
that innovation will come after 10 years in our India, like because India is very late in that field.
Uh, I hope India is not late. I hope India should not be late. Very soon it will be like much better than India, much better than China or America or any other country. Hopefully very, very soon. But no, see, in India we make, okay, suppose if I say this, you can make this in your home as well as you can go to restaurant, you can purchase, right? Now Chinese people, are they making this there? Hopefully no. So every country has their own thing. I should not use that example, but still, China people, they are making those things because they are making a business. That is a business for them. And I'm
Yes, right,
talking to
right,
a
right. They
person.
are thinking like that. Yes, they are thinking like this way. Yes, right.
Exactly. They make like keyboard also in their home. And what they are doing there, they are making this keyboard in their home, and they are providing these keyboards to some XYZ company. And that
But
company
sir,
will
this
put
is
its
the
stamp.
the electric engineer products in our India. Anyone is in USA electric and computer engineer is both the same. In our India, computer engineer electric engineer is different. So people can't not thinking like both way. If I'm making a software, but I can't make the laptop and computer because I have not knowledge about electric.
There's the only culture actually, Patel. Like you said, you're from Gujarat. So, Gujarat people are very business minded people. That's great. You're talking about business here, right? You're talking like why we are not making this. It's an excellent question you're raising. But what we are here is we are for administration, right? So we are not making a firewall or a router or a switch or a server in our home or in our company. There is some other company for that routers and switches and manufacturing. There is some other company for that. I can show you all the company names. Dell, HP, IBM. All these are of course like multinational companies. They are from some other countries, but they have branches in India also. They have branches in
In
India also.
in this course, we'll cover hardware part of the server, like what is the use of this hardware part of the server, what is it is working like that type of.
It will take one class for us to see the hardware part. We will see the hardware part for sure. But 99% cases we will see the software part. In companies also there is nothing about hardware. You're not repairing hardware in company. You're simply using a hardware, and top of this hardware we are installing a operating system and we are working there. Hardware is just a source. Hardware is just a place where we are installing software.
Sir, but installing the first making the server hardware, installing the hardware is required, I think.
Hardware will come by default, man. You're using a laptop now. How you are connected to the session now? By using a laptop or mobile phone?
Laptop.
By using a laptop. Like which company laptop you are using?
Dell.
Dell, or is it a Patel company?
Anyone is not making in India, otherwise we prefer first that.
Okay. Hopefully very soon it will be a Patel company. Hopefully it will be a company with your name. But right now you're
But
using a Dell company. So see, listen, please. What you have done, you went to the market, you purchased the Dell laptop, you brought the laptop, you're using the laptop now, right? The same thing we do in companies. We go to the market, we purchase a Dell server, we bring the Dell server, we start using the Dell server. So we are not making. Okay, what you're saying is like, very patriotic thing in a way. We should make everything in India, make in India and all those things. It should be there. But
yes,
again, right now we are not learning, and we are not making anything in India. Everything is manufactured in India, maybe in some other company. Like I said, you all the company names here, Dell, HP, IBM, all those companies, there it will be made. But we are not making anything. We are not learning how to manufacture anything, guys. We are simply learning how to use it.
yes,
We
yes,
have to
yes.
pay money to the.
But in this course, which server is based compared to security and the frequencies and in the fastness and easy used to easy like that will
uh,
cover.
that we will see in one class. Yeah, there will be a class where we will see like how to decide which machine is better. That we will see. Like there are certain things we need to see, like speed of a processor, RAM, hard disk, and all those things that I'll cover. That is hardware part. Hardware part will take 1 or 2 classes, but remaining part it will take the administration. See, can you see here? Can you see Windows Server 2016 here? Can you see it is clearly written here? This is a server operating system. In this server operating system, we have an option like tools. If you go to a tool like users and computers, so we have different tools and different options here. See,
Yes,
can you
yes,
see
yes.
there is the option called accounts? In accounts, we can see user like Anamika, Bunny, Alia, Ali, Ajay. If you go to HR, we have users like Ganesh, Kapil, Karina, Katrina. Sales, we have some other users, U1 and U2. Okay, marketing, we have some other users like Raj, Ramos, Rooney, Ruhan, Sai, some. So actually, all these things I have created, all these things I have done. So what you do in company as a server administrator, I'll just show you one. Suppose imagine Patel has joined our company. Okay, so I'll say user here, and username is like suppose Patel. Password is ABC at 123 something. I'm not explaining these options as of now. This will come maybe after 1 week. When I say Patel account is created successfully here. So this is what we do, guys. So this is working on a physical server. I repeat, this is working on a physical server. On that physical server, there is a operating system. Okay, I'll make things more easier for you friends. So wait a second, just give me 2 minutes. This is your server hardware. On top of this server hardware, what we have? On top of this server, we have server OS. Server OS means server operating system. And top of the server operating system, we do the configuration here. There are more things here actually. I'm just showing you in a brief way. So one is your server hardware, friends. Server hardware, it will take like 1 or 2 classes for us to discuss, not more than 1 or 2 classes, because we are not manufacturing servers in our company, we are simply using them. So you should know what are the things available in a server, what is processor, what is motherboard, what is RAM, hard disk, all these things you should know. Then we can decide like which server is useful for our company. There are some thousands of different types of servers available. So you should know about server hardware, but 98% cases we are spending time on server operating system. 98% cases we are spending time on server operating system. Okay, so what is server operating system and how to configure the server operating system? Here we are spending majority of time. We'll be discussing 1 or maximum 2 classes on server hardware. That's it. There is nothing to discuss about server hardware. There is nothing in server hardware. It is like your computer. Server is a computer. Okay, server is a computer. Now tell me, when was the last time you have done something hardware in your computer or a laptop or a mobile phone? Maybe like some years before, or maybe like some months before. Maybe you don't know how to do that actually, right? But what you do on your computer, laptop, or a mobile phone, you use that mobile phone by using a operating system. You use your computer by using an operating system. So we are learning about the operating system. We are not learning about the hardware. We'll spend only 1 or 2 days about hardware, but majority of things we learn about the server operating system.
But sir, I have one question related to this. Sir, to learn this course, any course basic knowledge required?
No, this
Coding and
course is the
anything?
first. This course is the first course. In starting 2-3 days or 4 days, I will take you to the basics. I'll start the course from the scratch, like what exactly is a network, how to connect, what devices we use, what are the types of networks, and all those things. I'll take you from the scratch. I'll take you from the basics. So there is no
The
other course
duration?
needed. Duration of the course is like 35 days. It can go up to like 35 to 37 days. 2-3 days can be more because we do some more practicals. We just try to revise scenarios again and again. We just try to prepare ourselves for interviews. So I'll be spending more time, like 1 or 2 classes more on preparing you for interviews, actually preparing you for like administration job. So I'll be spending more time. So there's a reason it will take like 2-3 days more, but the official days are 35. It can go up to like 37 or 38 days. We are not skipping classes. We are
What's the
simply
fees?
learning a bit more.
Fees of this course?
Fees and the content and everything will be shared by management, Patel. because
Yes, sir, and
as
in our 7 batch CCNA, you are studying one Rahul people. Rahul name of Rahul people is coming.
sorry, come again.
My friend is living in Hyderabad from Gujarat. He's going there, and he's
Mhm.
joining your batch 7 a.m. around 7 a.m. CCNA course. His name is
Okay.
Rahul Noldekia, like that name.
Yeah, I know, and he's not coming in 7 o'clock. He's coming 8:30. He already completed MCSE with me, and he's coming for CCNA at morning 8:30 batch.
Yes. Right. Yeah, he is to refer to you for this, and I'm joining you.
Yeah, he already finished MCSE. Now he's coming for like CCNA. CCNA 8:30 batch. This is that person, Rahul Nolakia. Yeah. He just started CCNA actually. There was a class for him before your class. So he just started CCNA. So it will take another 20
He's
days for
also
him to finish.
Gujarati.
Yeah. Okay, friends. So any other question from any other person, if possible? Any doubts, anything? I hope you understood this session. The motive of this session, the aim of this session is just to make sure, just to realize that, Windows Server and
Sir,
network administration is.
I have one question. I am now in the second year of the computer engineering, so I can join this class.
Anyone can join this class. There is no proper requirement for this. Any undergraduate or a graduate person can join this class with any stream. It's not compulsory that you should have a background from IT. No, you should have, you can be from BCom, you can be from BSc, you can be from science background, you can be from any background. Any person can do this course. This course is open for all. If you're a mechanical
Sir,
engineer
you
or
will
a
give
civil
any
engineer,
tips like after completing this course, ethical hacking, otherwise any company's customer base, customer data from we can hack and we can get everywhere. Like you can tips for that.
okay, hacking is a very different thing, bro. Hacking is a legal thing. If you go in a legal way, hacking is a legal thing. So after learning these courses, I repeat what I said. After learning these courses, you can learn hacking. You can understand ethical hacking. But after learning
But
MCSE
anyway, is
season,
not teaching. Sir, anyway, is not teaching.
right now we are not learning hacking here, right? We are learning MCSE and CCNA, Windows administration and network administration, not hacking. Okay, friends. So any other questions, any other doubts here? So regarding our MCSE and CCNA. Yeah, Krishna, please go ahead. Whatever questions you have
Sir,
regarding your.
are you able to hear my voice?
Yeah, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
My name is Gopal Krishna. I am from Vijayawada.
Okay,
I have completed my BTech in 2014 as a mechanical engineer. I
okay,
did my job 3 to 4 years in solar industry as a mechanical engineer.
okay,
From 2019, I stopped my job in as a mechanical engineer and I started learning of data science 1 year. Okay,
okay,
up to then from 2020 to 20 ending, I did as a Python web development as a web application with the Django framework.
okay.
Recently, I was joined in one MNC, uh,
Mm-hmm,
and they are deployed into Cisco. Actually, I'm a
mm-hmm,
previous Python developer, but recently I
mm-hmm,
was joined in one MNC companies. They are deployed into Cisco as a tester.
mm-hmm.
They are giving Nexus 7000 series switches testing.
Okay, okay. Good series. Yeah.
But I don't have any that much of network. I know just the basics of CCNA. What is the routers? What is the switches? And just to know basics only I know, but I don't know the configuration level.
Okay,
But they are giving as as a testing. But they are told me it's Python related. I have to work as a Python related. But right now they are not giving that kind of any work because I don't
okay,
know development skills with the networking. I know Python, but I don't know now network development with Python. Maybe they are giving as a tester right now.
okay.
So my question is, if I work as a tester, so is it really help? Is it really help to my future in future? Is it really help to my growth in future?
I can say one thing, like testing is a limited job, bro.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Actually, they told me is automate that
automation.
testing with Python. Yes.
So if it is testing with Python automation, then you can feel like you have a good career there. But if you have the knowledge of administration, then if you go with testing or automation, then it is an added advantage. What you do in automation, you
Okay.
do the administration work, automation. Automation is automatic. You just make some scripts there and you just try to make things automatic there. So you should know what exactly you're making, what script you're making, for what purpose you're making, how router is working, how server is working, how switch is working. So without the knowledge of these three things, without the knowledge of Windows admin and server admin, these two things actually, whatever you do, whatever higher courses you do, you're always a bit confused actually. What is happening in the lower layer? You're always
Okay.
confused. Just
Actual, actually my interest is only Python development, but
okay.
right now they are deployed like a tester in networking with a Cisco Nexus 7000 series.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
it's a
but
good series. Yeah.
but if I want to do the if I want to do automation kind of work, what I have to learn?
Python. You already done Python, right?
Yeah, I know Python. Is there any
Yeah.
extra things I need to learn?
No, Python is the actually best language they use for like automations and all those things. You know, cloud computing, there is a technology called cloud computing.
Yeah, I know
Okay.
technology, but I don't. Not
Yeah, yeah, but at least you know the
internally.
name cloud computing, right? So
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
want to go
yes,
with
yes, yes.
if you want to go with cloud computing also, there is a requirement of Python after some years. After some experience, you should learn some Python there. So there also they need Python. And CCNA actually they added in official syllabus, they added Python introduction, automation in introduction. They added in CCNA also as only introduction. So
Okay,
whatever
if
career,
I want to write automation scripts using a Python for network automation scripts,
Mhm.
so with Python and what I have to learn? Only Python is not enough, right?
Only Python is more than enough because you know Python has many more things inside. Python is not a small language, bro. It's a huge thing. That is more than enough.
Sir, without networking knowledge, is it possible to do that?
Like I said you before, it will be great for your understanding, great for your working with networking knowledge if you do those things.
Okay, okay.
Like you know, someone is asking you to make a script, someone is saying like do this, do this, do this. So you're only doing this without knowing like what exactly is happening there.
Yeah. Okay, okay,
Okay,
okay, sir.
friends.
How many, when the CCNA will start? Is it first MCSC start or CCNA start here?
Actually, this is a MCSC class. This is your MCSC class we are starting first, then we'll go with like CCNA after like 3-4 days or 5 days. We already started CCNA like 1 week before, so it will take 3-4 more days to start CCNA.
Okay. Actually, they are giving us some tools like EOMS and DevOps,
Yeah, yeah.
Dev tools.
In company they will give tools only. See,
Okay,
learning administration is a different thing. Working is a different thing. Actually, both have like many differences. But you know, administration you should know. So once you know the administration, then what they do in company will be easy. We cannot learn the tools in any course here because there are many tools available. How many tools can you learn? There are many tools
okay.
available. If you go to one company, they are using ABC tool. If you go to some other company, they are using XYZ tool. Now, suppose you learn ABC, you cannot get a job on XYZ. Okay, so administration you are learning, and once you go to some other technology, or once you go to some company, they have a tool there. So they just prepare you on that particular tool. They will take the interview on the administration part, like for MCAC, CCNA, whatever. Then they will select you and they will put you on some other tool. They will train you there. That's it. That is the way the companies work.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, fine. Okay, friends. So that was the session. I hope you understood what is administration here and what we have to do. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. Thanks for joining on Sunday. So have a nice day and see you very soon with some other things. Bye. Take care. And I have seen one more person just joined, Saeed Alam. Yeah, Saeed, anything else you wanna say?
No, sir. It's good.
Okay, fine. So just this
Thank you,
was
sir.
a workshop session actually. So we have like 1 or 2 demonstrations. You can join those sessions also. There we will see more details. We'll see information in more details things. So hopefully you can learn many things.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, man. Thank you.
When will
Thank
you
you, everyone.
start, sir? A new batch?
New batch will start Tuesday evening 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Is there any class for morning?
Right now I'm
Morning
busy with
session?
like right now I'm busy with 3 classes in morning, but I'll finish those 3 classes within 1 or 2 days. So later this week
Yeah.
we are starting one more class in morning also, morning 7 a.m. or morning
Morning hours.
9:30 a.m. Yeah, morning hours.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
They will call. They
Okay.
will
Could
call
you
you from.
please tell me, sir? Could you please tell me what is the fees for this class?
Fees will be like 6,000, around 6,000 actually. So
6.
that's the reason I'm saying the management will
Yeah.
call you and they will discuss all the
Okay.
details with you. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, man.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.
Okay. Thank you, sir.